Well, good morning to you, Ken. Indeed, I'm here in Mombasa with the officials from the Kenya Film Classification Board, led by the Chief Executive Officer, Ezekiel Mutua, and we'll just try and get their input concerning that particular video that you just mentioned. It indeed went viral, but of course concerns have been raised concerning how children are exposed to this particular content, and of course would seek to understand the directions and the input from the KFCB boss Ezekiel Mutua to just quickly bring us up to speed on the position of the board concerning. Recently, we saw, I'm sure that you've also seen that particular video of a student from Consolata Primary School, and it has really caused uproar in the internet. And of course, people are, especially parents, are concerned to what our children are exposed to. What is the position of a KFCB on this particular matter?
The matter was brought to our attention, and we launched investigations. I have been in touch with the parents of both sides and different government agencies to try and see how we can handle this issue, because I think that child is not just one. There are many. She is a reflection of the rot in our society and the damage that bad content is doing to our children. I think that child is actually a wake-up call. That video is a wake-up call to the damage and to the pervasiveness of immoral and dirty content. If you look at the words he's using, very vulgar, very obscene, and he seems to be enjoying celebrity status. He seems to be so proud of himself. He has now done even another one. And initially, I think the approach of the police was to have interrogation. We are saying, no, this is a minor. We need to first protect their privacy, protect even the privacy of the parents, and handle this matter in a way that even the school, Consolata, doesn't have to suffer, stereotypes or generalized condemnation, because it's not every child in Consolata who is involved in this. And so there were different conversations between the ministry, between the CID, between the parents, and other agencies that are even providing counseling. But for us, it's a wake-up call to what to the levels that we have sunk in terms of moral breakdown, that our children have been exposed to dirty content, to adult content, at very early age, and they seem to think dirty sells. It has to be dirty, sexual. Talking about adult content at that age doesn't seem to be an issue, and they seem to find celebrity status in actually doing crazy things, because that's what adults are doing. They are watching us. And I think as a country, we are not doing well because we are not setting a good example and providing the right environment, even in school, monitoring to ensure that our children are safe and that they are safe places. So what it has done for us is to get us to retreat, to think, to see who we need to collaborate with, what approach do we need to use, how do we ensure that we don't get more and more of these children getting exposed to content that will impair their moral judgment and destroy them.
We've seen another video when he also recorded apologizing to members of the public and, of course, to the school. What can you tell us about that?
It wasn't quite an apology. Like I've told you, I'm getting, I have personal conversations with the parties involved, including the minors and the parents. And then we are praying for them. We have asked where they need help in terms of counseling, and there are so many people who have offered to support. But like I've said, that is just one kid. The others who are worse. We have so many cases. We don't expose children. We don't expose minors. Some of these cases we deal with them in a manner that they get help, not to be exposed. And I think we are careful, not in the process of trying to correct this, not to do more damage to that to those minors. I think what we are doing now, because that was not an apology. The second one is worse. And probably, if we are not careful, you will post another one. So we are dealing with internet service providers, with the people who are providing the phones for them, who are recording them, and so on. And there are so many. So the matter has been brought, I think, has been managed. As we speak right now, I don't expect that they are going to do that, because there is a conversation going on. But like I've said, a lot of our children are consuming bad content. When we raise our voice, like we banned Wamlambez, and we have been raising these issues for the last 3 years. I've held meetings here in Mombasa when our children were filmed doing pornographic videos, some of them bestiality, and the foreigners are being allowed. There are NGOs, foreign NGOs, that are camping in this country to invade and penetrate the moral minds of our children and destroy them morally. And some of them are even now into textbooks, so that textbooks have either homosexuality or some sexual innuendo, vulgarity. And I think what it tells us is as government agencies, we need to be alert. We need to work together. We cannot operate in silos. So that's why we are here. There are Minister of Education people here. And we are looking at it and saying, for example, the major program that we are driving is the Kenya National Drama and Film Festival. And we are now working to see how can we get these kids to know that you can make films, you can do drama, you can do entertainment pieces that are not dirty. So that celebrity is not just about being, dirty or being obscene. And so we are working with the ministry to ensure that through the National Drama and Film Festival, we inculcate moral values in our children from ECD to university, have a conversation on the kind of content that they consume.
But concerning that particular matter, we've also had some concerns being raised, especially to parents. Are they playing their role as parents to ensure that the kids are not exposed to this particular bad content that you're saying?
The general breakdown of our moral fabric is affecting all of us. The parents are not as available for their children as we used to be when we were growing up, and the support systems in the family, where the grandparents, other relatives would come in when the parent is not there to support, to help the children, and where the child belonged to the community, and any adult could discipline a child who is going wrong. Now those systems are broken down. We seem to have individualized the concept of life. We seem to be taking pride in allowing our children to have access to gadgets, to PlayStations, to computer games, to roam around and to be able to even access adult content or to go to clubs and so on and so forth. And the adults watching, but it's like mtoto ni wako sasa, we pambana na hali yako. I think where we are now is to say no. Let's reverse that. Let's take responsibility. And if you're an adult and you see a child, for example, going to a video den or a theater or somewhere where there is entertainment but of adult nature, please take responsibility and say it's not right. Those who are running those facilities, we are talking to them to tell them no video den should exhibit adult content in the presence of children, that adult content should not be displayed anywhere. We are very keen to ensure that we collaborate with theaters and that any unrated films that are being distributed anywhere in the country, those people who are distributing should be arrested. Any exhibitors, any film makers who have no license from KFCB, anybody who is distributing or exhibiting films that are not rated must be arrested. So we are talking to the Minister of Interior and the coordination of government. If you know, the Executive Order number 1 of 2019 placed or vested the coordination of national government functions, programs and projects in the hands of the Minister of Interior. And so what we are telling the ministry, please help us, because we don't have prosecutorial powers. We are not the police, we don't arrest. But when we raise alarm, we tell the ministry there are some people showing some films that we believe are suspect. They should, take action immediately and ensure that the culprits are arrested.
Okay. And lastly, I'm sure also that the parents of that particular child are very concerned, especially you raised the issues of condemnation, not only in school, but of course also the society as an institution. What are some of the key concerns that perhaps, or rather the efforts that you've put in place to ensure that this particular matter will be resolved amicably without further repercussions, especially to that particular student or other people and the parents?
It's talking to them. The fact that they have been, actually they reached us, they called us, they wrote to us. That is good sign that they know that we can provide help. But I have also seen a lot of organizations and individuals who are providing counseling, who are offering support, professional bodies who are telling us we are also in touch with them. And therefore I think the minors will be safe. There are several parties involved. And what we told the parents is, they show them love. Our children need love, not condemnation. Our children need to be corrected. They need to know that you fall and you rise, and that they don't have to feel like this is the end of the world. Actually, the levels of bitterness that you see in that boy particularly, if that boy had a gun, probably would have gone to school and killed a lot of people. We are sitting on a time bomb. We are sitting on the situation that is happening in the U.S., where young children take guns and they go and kill their teachers, they go and kill their colleagues in school because of bitterness. And this is what we have been saying, that when you allow content that sanitizes, bad behavior, and makes it look normal, and we say, you know, we allow the catch of anything goes. This is a result of that. So what we have said in this situation is a wake-up call. I'm very happy that a lot of organizations, a lot of parents, a lot of learning institutions, including the Minister of Education, they are concerned. They have come into our support. And we believe out of this, there should be lessons learned so that we collaborate with other government agencies, we collaborate with the religious institutions, and get programs that will target our youth so that they don't ape the celebrity culture that promotes vulgarity and profanity, but they will be able to respect themselves and know that discipline will help them in life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. Well, Ken, that was KFCB boss and rather the Chief Executive Officer Ezekiel Mutua, who was just giving us his position on that particular video that we talked about it earlier of unprintable words hurled by that particular pupil at Consolata Primary School. And of course, Ken, it is a matter that of course KFCB will be discussing with other stakeholders. They're here in Mombasa with officials also from the Ministry of Education to try and outline ways to protect children from the exposure to this adult content, and of course try to regulate the same measures for rather to make sure that of course these particular kids are also not condemned in the society. Back to you, Ken.